Hey guys, it's the TheBananaCracker here. Today we're going to be talking about the patch notes. Not necessarily the patch notes themselves at the beginning of the video, but we're going to talk about what they didn't include into the patch notes. We'll cover the patch notes themselves at the end of the video just in case anybody missed it. But at the beginning I want to focus on the two things that Respawn failed to put in the patch notes. Sometimes companies make mistakes and they just don't include it in the patch notes, and sometimes they shadow nerf it. But let's just jump right in. The first thing that I actually noticed that isn't in the patch notes is actually a punching nerf, it seems like. In this clip you can actually see me punching my friend just to make sure that I'm not out to lunch. I actually tested out and I did a compare and contrast just to see if the lunge seems a little bit different. Does it seem different to you right now? It really seems like it's nerfed. Like, look. Those few punches there, I really think that in the previous patch it would have pulled and lunged significantly more. So I thought it was just a placebo effect and maybe it was just in my head. So I asked my friend to punch me as well, and he said he did notice a little bit of a difference as well. Here are two of the occasions where I punched an opponent off drop, and I want to just take a look at this and observe and see the lunges and the distances that I'm traveling when punching them. On this drop, I did drop hot and I got absolute garbage loot, and so I just decided to punch. Now after seeing me whiff so much, you can see why I punched so much. After reviewing these clips, I confirmed my suspicion, and this is actually fantastic for Apex Legends. The fact that punching is no longer nearly as effective just changes the early game. With this nerf, I'm hoping that if I get a gun and somebody else doesn't, they'll think twice about chasing me and punching me. And I'm glad because there's nothing more tilting than getting punched off drop. It's honestly so frustrating. Nothing really bothers me a lot in this game, but that does. And I'm sure a lot of Predator players will probably be noticing it a little bit more and be happy about it as well. Moving on to the other thing that wasn't in the patch notes. In case you didn't know, this is an Easter egg where you can see your character in third person. What you do is you come up over onto this ledge, right into this corner here, drop your weapons, and then you change your character when looking straight down. I tried this multiple times, but because of the new mechanic where you die whenever you switch character rather than switching right away, it'll actually get you stuck in here. So this is no longer available. Now you guys are probably thinking that this isn't a big deal. It really isn't. It's kind of just annoying if you're trying to see yourself in third person and see what your movement is like. But that's it really. There's no gameplay differences. It's only in the firing range that this issue is. It's more amusing than anything, to be honest, because once you're in here you're kind of stuck, and if you're alone like I was, you can't switch a character. You can't. The only way out is to die, or it's to go back to the main lobby. Sorry to all the content creators that like to use the third person mode in order to show people like movement tricks and stuff, but I mean, I guess it's temporary out of service. Besides that, I don't think it really affects anybody. I can help you. It did affect my friend though, just because he was stuck there and I couldn't leave him like that, so I had to put him down. No.
Creeper?
Now going to the patch notes, I'm just going to go over it really quick. I don't want to go into too much detail. I'm just going to pick a few things that really stand out to me, and I'll just play it slow that you can pause it if you would like to and just read it over. The first thing I would like to say is that I really like this collection event. I think they came up with a lot of cool skins. I think the heirloom actually really suits Rampart. The bubblegum is really cool. For the skins that have came out in this event, I want to know what you guys' favorite is. Mine is the Fuse. I think they did really well with that skin. I mean, he looks pretty much like a Terminator. He looks really deadly, and I think it really suits him. So for buffs and nerfs, I think Rampart takes the cake. I'm so happy to see this character that was considered trash by a lot of players in the community start being picked a lot more. I see her actually pretty frequent in pubs and in ranked. I was sad to see Octane being nerfed this hard. It doesn't seem like a lot, but 10%, 10 to 15% on the jump pad, as well as 0.5 on his health regen is a pretty massive nerf. I totally understand why they did it. But something else that really sticks out to me in the patch notes is that the Hemlock was buffed. It almost feels like a Prowler now, in the way that it actually hit fires really well. It still has range on the Prowler, but at least they both have like pros and cons, and you can kind of like, it's actually a viable option now. I love that they make it so that when you leave a match in ranked prematurely, it now gives you more of a warning. I know I left before in a previous season and I got like a temporary ban just because it was a ranked match, and I guess I understand, like, mistakes do happen, though it's not often. Now at least won't happen anymore. So the big thing here is that tap strafing is actually being postponed, so it's not being nerfed right now. I did make a previous video on an alternative strafe to tap strafing, so that when it's removed, I'm going to be prepared. If you want to get prepared too, you can click the link at the end of the video. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to leave a like, as well as if you want to see more content like this in the future, please hit that subscribe with the bell notification as well. I hope you guys have a great day and you stay safe.